The stress that I was facing just kind of broke my mind. It was a very, very trying time because I thought that I was better than that.
I continued to have sexual assaults by relatives in my family. A lot of violence, mental and emotional abuse, as well as physical and sexual abuse.
I was overseas in Southeast Asia, and it was there I was introduced to some of the drugs that I was dealing with. And I realized that illegal drugs and alcohol was not going to help me. I needed professional treatment.
If you go back during my dad's time, when you talked about therapy, that was not the culture of it. You would just kind of man up and you deal with your emotions and you didn't talk about what was going on.
Again, that was the era that says, oh, we're not talking about that. We don't ever disclose that.
Families are struggling, families are suffering, families are digressing from one another because of a lack of communication, talking about their mental states, frankly, because of lack of education and stigma. What goes on here stays here, what goes on in our house stays in our house, which fostered a sense of fear, maybe.
Sometimes that I have to be strong really means I need to be void of emotion, void of feelings, and that is contradictory of what it means to be a human being. The biggest obstacle for beginning and enduring my mental health journey was me. Even after I was able to forgive the things that had happened to me, then I had to do the work of forgiving myself for the things that I had done.
I also experienced that perception of stigma, and even worse, it was the internal stigma. I used to say, ain't nothing wrong with me. And what I do is drink and drug until I didn't hear my voices no more. But yeah, guess what? When I'm through drinking and drugging, it's right there. With the utilization of education, I have learned how to live with my condition much, much, much better.
It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to need help. It's okay to ask for help, seek out help. We are more prone to Christianity in the Black community and going to church and everything. So even with that, just not being looked at like, oh, you can't be a Christian and serve the Lord and have a mental illness at the same time. I have one and I'm doing just fine.
I'll never forget, I went to a dermatologist here in the city, Dr. Summerall, and I'll never forget, he said, whatever you're holding, son, you need to let go. And it was just a lot of grief. Like, for example, my mother had died unexpectedly. That's what really pushed me into therapy, and I began to talk about it.
What we have to get to is making it a priority like we have prioritized everything else. And not be fearful of what you don't know. We said, you know what, didn't happen directly to me and my family, so I'm good and I'm okay. But we have to be able to be in a place where we talk about those diagnoses.
In regards to dismantling the stigma and bringing it into this realm of this is for you, I think some of it goes with right now, what we're doing in this moment. We're talking about this experience. A lot of times as mental health professionals, we get so many calls, so many referrals, and we have that experience of feeling like we can't see everybody. If you get out of your office, you may be able to reach the people in a way where if you exist, maybe there's another provider that exists.
Once I found out that I wasn't by myself, it was easier to advocate for myself and for other people as well.
There are various organizations across the city of Indianapolis. There are lots of organizations in town that also offer mental health care for the community.
If you or someone you love is struggling with mental health, you're not alone. Help is available, healing is possible, and hope is real. Visit NAMI Indiana at www.namiindiana.org or call the NAMI Indiana helpline at the number on your screen for support, resources, and guidance. It's okay to talk. It's okay to ask. It's okay to get help. Let's cherish our minds together.